Greetings, peace all. RaRe Ka Maai here of RaRe Ka Maai. Hope you will do fantastic today. We are doing a reading for the 14th or the 5th, 2018. This day, Moon Day. The moon is the archetype for Monday. Synonymous for the Moon Day. Okay. The quote for today is balance the emotion within and release the shackles without. Okay. Today's a two vibration. It's the moon, the waters, the emotions, the feelings, the intuitions, the feminine receptive energy. And that is an energy that can serve us all so very well spiritually first. If we can balance the other side, the masculine, forthright, protective, pragmatic energy of the matter, of the physical realm. The resonating colors for today is white and blue. The aromatherapy is silver. Sorry, the aromatherapy is jasmine. The mineral therapy is silver. And jasmine is that, that soft, gentle, very nurturing, beautiful kind of scent. It reminds me of mothers. Mothers need that around because they are that energy. When the babies come through, they need to be soft, or they are soft, especially after birth. They are very soft, they're very in tuned, they're very nurturing. I think the woman is probably at its most balanced when they are pregnant, even though it seems like such a fragile state. Well, they need so much help, but they are the most balanced because they have both the yin and the yang working. I was gonna say on overdrive, but just really on point, to be honest. The moon days are great for tapping and tuning into your feminine energy. And I'm sure you know by now, feminine doesn't mean female, it means feminine attributes. And we should all garner all attributes of our characters. Some that we don't have readily accessible to us, and others that we have naturally. Work them to serve you, propel you in any given situation. Remember that you have the tools as you walk, as you move. Silver, definitely silver is a tie to the moon, a tie to the waters. Today's energy is 1 and a 4, which is a 5. The initiative 1, the founding, grounding 4, into the unstable, ever-changing, unique, adventurous 5 on a double tip. Again, I feel like the last time we spoke was then about a year, it was the Saturn day, wasn't it? And yeah, there were a lot of changes that came about after that day for me. And 5 is a great energy for if you're seeking to learn your lessons, it's a karmic change lesson. It's a good one to help you make the changes that you need to, not just that you want to. So work that energy. Take time with it. Figure out what it is that needs to be done. 2018, again, it's all about the divine partnerships, divine relationships, divine soul groups coming together and building a new wave, changing new ways. And they all culminate into a free energy is all about the expansion of the paradigms that were already set and creating and recreating on what already has been built to make changes or is to be grounded, founded, is to come in this new golden age. You know how we speak out here about that. it is really a time for where our children will be thriving, but we are the guardians of that possibility to thrive, as we know it can, we feel it can, we know deeply it is. So let's do the internal work mentally and emotionally. Give thanks for the integrations that have come through recently. And then we have more balance. And as you notice your balance, speak on it. Let people know that, yeah, I feel more balanced. It's a beautiful thing because I've been feeling it slowly but surely, very subtly. If you have been doing the work, that Pluto Saturn energy is already kicked in. And it's about you anchoring that now. So it doesn't have to be a practice, it just is. Okay? Recreating paradigm shifts. It's a beautiful thing. So for angel messages today, we have self-worth, light, power, and beauty. Okay, and light and self-worth. Light won't come first. Yes, light and self-worth, let's read them together. The affirmation is I'm confident and worthwhile, and I am light. Light and self-worth. Yes. If you realize that you have this beautiful, bountiful, brightiful light within you, it's up to you to shine. It's up to you to realize all the beauty that is, all that sparkles. It is unique and yours alone. And if you want to heal the world by first healing thyself, understanding and giving thanks for thyself in all its attributes, you should shine that light. Okay? And be your unique high self. It's what's needed, and it's a beautiful thing. Know that you are worthy of all the greatness and the glorious that you see. Tap in, tune in, realize, work on, and you get to where you want to. Okay, with power and beauty. Beautiful. Affirmation for power is I am serene, powerful, and confident. And for beauty is I recognize my beauty and that of others. Realizing that you are worthy is beautiful. Knowing the power and the light that you have, knowing the light that you have within is powerful. Okay. Give thanks for the beauty that you are within and let it emanate and shine bright without. And doing so helps others to be that beautiful part of them. Illuminates and wants to grow. Use your power not to manipulate others, but use your power to be strong and firm and in peace, and show others that is powerful. That is real power, and let them draw from that. Because 5 is all about that breaking away from status quo, and so many dumbass status quos that we've been following for so long now. It's about that time. You have the power to change, and the change starts with you. Yes, check the man in the mirror. Besides your beauty, besides your aesthetics, what else are you bringing to the world table? Okay? Underneath the deck, we have joy, serenity, and discernment. I find joy in everything. I am serene and still. I trust my intuition. Yes, the more you are in joy, you're in the now and you're having fun, you're laughing, you're being light. You bring more peace and serenity and tranquility to you because you're not stressed and worried mentally or emotionally about anything. And you're using your discernment, your emotions, your intuition, your feelings to its highest vibration because you're not down in the dumps with it. Okay? You're not over the heads with it either. The balance is intuition, is discernment, not when it's just feelings. You're not putting no action towards. and you're letting them just run and run and run and run. You are balanced because you know what's what. You've left the old deceiving ways behind, whether you're doing it to yourself or you're having the people do it to you. You know, you're trusting thyself, which is much needed. Trusting your gut instincts, your gut feelings, what comes in firsthand. Beautiful. For the vortex message is that we have a number 7, which is my fourth joy in a powerful swirling vortex of attraction, and a 29, which is 11, and it says our diversity supports individual freedom. Okay, yes, know that your feelings, when you reflect on them, it's your thoughts, even when you reflect them, is not the only thing that's being answered. First and foremost is the vibration that you're emanating. You could be thinking something, oh my gosh, what if this becomes my reality? But then if you're feeling like this could be my reality over this isn't going to be my reality, you have different outcomes into what you bring in and how you bring it in. Okay, so remember to check your feelings. Check your thoughts and realize what you're feeling during them. And if your thoughts don't align well with your feelings, what you want to bring in, what you don't want to bring in, switch that shit out. Reaffirm something more positive. And you have 29, that our diversity supports our individual freedoms. Yes, again, that number 5 energy is freedom loving. Okay, if individual, it knows it's interdependent, so it feels no need to be codependent. Okay, knowing that you stand alone because you are already connected. You know your power within your own right. You know your power within your individuality. So use that to cultivate that in every shape, form, in every, yes, with your individuality, you open so many more doors for yourself. If you're just being uniquely yourself instead of trying to cling on and hang on to others' ways or perceptions of doing things, you flourish when you're just doing you. Underneath the deck here, we have relationships I do want, to clarify those I don't want. And this is a 9 vibration. Completing. Yes, knowing that you don't want imbalances, things that we've already completed. This card used to get me, but I like it more so now with the understanding that it's about learning your lessons so you can get your blessings. Because if you just are walking out of relationships or walking into relationships, it's a hard cookie because you have to start off, especially when you haven't, or when you've been somewhere for a long time, or if you haven't been with someone for a long time, however it goes, like it can be tricky shit. You just don't know how to wait out, whatever. But that's only because you're misaligned. You shouldn't have to, it shouldn't be so hard. Okay. And it's not about going through hardship to get the good ship. It's about learning the lessons, being wise, using your discernment, by being grounded, okay? Knowing that you're getting the highest guidance and moving from there as often as possible instead of allowing misalignments and the worldly matters to get over you. So, it's easier said than done, most definitely. Well, if you believe it to be, you can do that. You can do that. We've done it. We've been doing it, in fact. It always puts a smile on my face when I realize this. Again, that shift happened between the 2nd and the 4th of this month, May. Of just more balance, the integration of the female and masculine energies, people in understanding and working with that very subtly. People that were doing the works were being mindful and privy, and others who just needed to download and got that, because we are way showers, light warriors, light workers, twin flames. We have to be the change, and we have to work it. We have to be aware of it, attune to it, do what it needs to do with it. So what you don't want clarifies what you do want, because you're taking the time to listen, to learn where you just come from, where you don't want to be, where would you rather be, how has it served thee, has it served thee, what ways can you ameliorate or anything about it. Take time to do the introspective work, knowing that you have great wisdom and you have the light within. Okay? Found yourself, be your best self, and the universe will bestow more upon yourself. The Tower message today, we have Seven of Swords and Justice. Yeah, this is talking to me about the deceiving yourself with the social norms. Deceiving yourself with the social norms, social constructs, social settings. Letting your mind, like, move your whole body for you. While your heart is tugging on something else, the truth, the decision that you know you have to make. To cut off the bullshit that you want to be hugging and clugging to. That you know is only serving society's ways, or not necessarily your purpose is ways, your soul's purpose ways. Yeah, cut the bullshit, cut the imbalances that we know are blocking us, have been blocking us. You have great wisdom within you. Keep seeing this yellow. And yeah, also don't fear and doubt yourself. You know, with joy, realizing your beauty, realizing your light, realizing your worth. Yes, in serenity and peace. Your discernment is that peace, is that key. And there's balance with that inner standing, the inner knowing. The universe bestows upon us, you know, that clarity, that serenity even, when we choose clarity, when we choose self-worth, when we choose the inner wisdom, the inner guidance. Making the choice, because it's very easy for us to just flow and into the program that gets us into strife in this mundane world. It's so easy, so much easier, but it's about you going against that grain, switching shit up, you know, being different, creating differently, not just of what you know, what you've seen. And it all starts within the mind, the heart, balanced, knowing spirit first, matter after, so you can release those shackles without in your physical realm, to make the moves and create the reality you truly want. You know, because that phrase is also about the abundance of things, anything, balance of feelings, thoughts, those thoughts, so positive, light thoughts. Not even, I mean, I hate when the stigmas with good and light and positive and negative, because I even wrote something silly on my somewhere on the negative ions. The negative ions is actually what you do want in the space. It's the positive ions that need to be displaced. Well, we also I didn't mention, we're also in Taurus season now. We moved into Taurus season yesterday, and we'll be in Taurus season until July, or sorry, excuse me, June the 19th, just before the summer solstice. Okay, which ushers in Gemini season, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, Taurus is knows about abundance, you know, is ruled by Venus, very earthly, grounding. Yes, because if you notice, the months before was all about grounding and structuring and building, and now it's about changing how we've been doing that already, socially, you know, collectively. And the 9s and the 10 days, all the days really are pushing changes and just realizing the differences, realizing what was already set, which is already working for us, knowing the spirit first matters after, and that we need to balance both. Okay, then there had to have been changes to be made for us to move successively. And with that comes justice. With the, with hard graft, the putting in the work, comes payday. The learned lessons equates earned blessings. No, with moving over those obstacles, learning those lessons, you know, the world's at your feet, the world is your oyster, party in your hand, Because what we have underneath the deck, we have the Nine of Wands, and then we have the Death card. Because what you were doing before, deceiving yourself, trying to stay with the status quo, was wounding you, was hurting you, G. Didn't even feel good necessarily. It had you moving like, yeah, this feels, it's almost like this, yeah, this is passionate. I'm passionate about this. I want things to be better. But then you're just moving with what everybody else says is better, but you haven't taken time, or you're about to get yourself some time to just put everybody else's shit aside. You're walking away from everybody and taking it one last mile and putting it to the side and moving in and transforming and transmuting shit within first, shedding new. Okay. And you have 4 Pentacles underneath here. Taking time, really going within, holding yourself back. Because that's what's needed. That's what's needed for you to move away from the deceptions, the illusions of the 3D, 4D realm. Okay. Holding your back from yourself, from holding yourself back from it all. Okay. Looking at the foundation, what you've built so far, and realizing that all that stress is not needed, and what you do need and will be most prevalent, and what the universe is ushering, is lining up everything for, is the justice through transformation, through a death of the old and bringing in the new. Changes. That 5. Okay. And for the romance angels, we have love yourself first and engagement. Yes, and that's one big thing. Like, I don't know where it just come up with, but obviously it was a portal. It was there was a way shower somewhere that said, remember, love yourself first, because you know what it is. It just came. It was the era that's showing a lot of love first energy, was the eras that would have had their parents grow up in the 60s, and that love, make love not war, the hippies, all of that energy is very close to us. And so yes, it was in our fields, and as we grow, we are now emanating that. And it's a beautiful thing, because it's right on target, right on time, because that self-love, that self-knowing, that wanting to be that unique highest self, is loving thyself first, is what we need to then be able to unconditionally love anybody else. Okay. And so we have to engage with ourselves, engage with our highest knowing, integrate, know that we are integrated, and we are, you can help the push. I don't want to say help the push, but I want to say, like, you can help the process. You can help the process by realizing that, not just because once you can take note, like do an inventory. Oh, what's that word? Interventory. Inventory. When you can do inventory about where you've come from, even in this last 2 months, like what was you feeling then, and how would you be feeling maybe at the end of the month? Check the changes, check the balances, do the checks and balances. There's definitely been a change, and engagement reminds me of that free energy. Like, you have that yin, and you have that yang, and then you have that third synergy. It's integrating the masculine and the feminine energies within you, the divine kind, you know. And then you get those guidance, those higher guidance that serve you so much better, knowing that there are romantic feelings and weddings, and this could be the one. Okay. But romantic feelings for yourself, you know, it's like treat yourself how you want to be treated. Well, how you know what you really want is taking time with yourself and finding out. That is a beautiful thing. Dating yourself, like spending time with your own thoughts, not letting society again misconstrue you to think and feel like this is what is right, so this is what is the way forward. Like taking time to tune into what you really feel is forward thinking, forward moving. You know, you have to be feeling yourself, understanding yourself, figuring out what makes you tingle. Okay. I had the message came for this one, the wedding. The situation involves marriage. Yeah, if you can marriage yourself, it's have that union within, and that union comes without. Remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. Make that marriage between yourself, your masculine and your feminine, and then your highest self. And then you get a reflection of that. Because otherwise you'd be working that shit that is not, it's just futile at this time. All the mundane shit that we don't have to be working with. But it's only we were having to work with them because we're not knowing how to work ourselves, but know how to work everything, or think and feel we know how to work everything outside of ourselves. All the machinery that we have, all the communication tools that we have, you know, we forget that we are the optimum first. We are the prototype of that, all those machines. So work on that beauty, work on that vessel, work on that temple, you know, and then the one will have done the same, and you will be on higher heights. Because we're elevating, we're growing together. Whether we realize we're together or whether we think we are apart. The more you grow, the energy that's rightfully for you, and bring that closer to you rather than having to work on more growing energy. Take the time to do that work because it's beautiful. And no, that doesn't mean you have to shut yourself off and not integrate with society. Like, don't make sense. We live in a world with many different diversities. It's one of the cards, right? But doesn't mean you have to assume anybody else's. Doesn't mean you neglect your own. Okay? Give thanks, y'all. Changes, changes, changes. Yes, creating a new, changing this new wave, new paradigm. I think I've named this already. What did I name it? Oh, I can't see. Hey there. Thanks for the like. Thanks for tuning in. I'm about to bounce. I hope you make the changes that you need, you know, and don't be too stubborn about the changes. We're coming into the early days in the season of Taurus, the bull, you know, but don't be too stubborn when you realize that you need to make a change, that you was wrong. Accept that, forgive that, be merciful to yourself. That's one of the cards I wanted to come out today as well. I thought about it. I thought I saw it when light came out, and I realized as I was moving the deck around, it was popping up, and I was like, okay, I didn't take it out, but why did it get out? I thought about it, and then I see it clearly. Okay, merciful. We have to be merciful to ourselves as well. Be kind to yourself, and that's how real justice comes through. Like, it's not about judging. It's about being kind and realizing the wrongs and trying to make them right. Yeah, and knowing that you have a higher guidance and it emanates from you. Okay, thanks, y'all. Have a beautiful day. Many beautiful days, always. Remember, you are magic. You are magical. You are stardust. You are starlight. You have a light that needs to shine bright.